Hello, everyone. This is Logan59XP here at almost 7 a.m. I don't know why they decided to do it at 7 and not 6. But, anyways, so yeah, we're here for the final Switch 1 Direct. Hi, Antonio. It's nice to see you. I'm surprised you're up this early. Did you stay up all night like I did? How am I doing today? I'm doing fine. And, yeah, so, we're here for the final Switch 1 Direct, the first of two big directs we're going to be getting in the recent times, because of course we have the big, full fat, the one everyone really wants to see, the Switch 2 Direct, here in the next 6 days. But for the time being, hold on a second. I didn't think that. I thought he wasn't going to join in, but it looks like he's going to join in. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Hey.
I didn't think you were gonna bother.
I didn't think I was either, but I'm already up. How long is this direct?
30 minutes.
Okay.
I wonder why they decided to do it at 7 and not 6. Not like it really matters, but it's a minor difference. It is really weird that this is even a thing in the first place at this point, but hey, I'm not gonna say no.
Like, do I want to go on my computer or phone? All right, give me a second. I'm going to switch over to my computer.
Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Antonio says I woke up at like either 5 or 6. Yeah, I just stayed up all night. That's pretty much what I always do with these.
Yeah. Oh man. I am very.
So I guess, is there anything that you actually think has a chance of being here?
Legends.
Legends?
But that's only because they already did the formal reveal. They'll usually throw in a little extra tidbits and directs if something's already been revealed.
I guess they have technically done that before, but the only mention I think I would expect,
a fucking Legends game.
the only thing I could possibly expect, the only mention of Legends I think we are gonna get is like in the form of like the montage video at the end.
Or they can get oh, here's a new mega, and then boom, on to the next game.
I don't think it's gonna be here at all because I feel like one, it's too soon, and two, like they don't usually.
We got Sun and Moon info shortly after a direct before.
In a direct.
We've gotten Sword and Shield info in a direct before too.
Actually, now I think about it, I think yes. I know that they had. I don't know if it was new, but I know they at least mentioned one of the. I forget which one, but like I think the Indigo disc I think was in like the September 2023 one. I think that might be I feel like that got a quick mention at like the very beginning of that direct. But I don't know, but my philosophy of this is
direct. I mean, fucking what else are they gonna put in there? Oh, I'm gonna say it. We're not getting Wind Waker or Twilight Princess.
I don't think we are either.
Even though it's an entire direct dedicated to Switch 1. I don't think we're going to get Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, but I don't think they're going to be Switch 2 titles either because they don't need the power of the Switch 2 to run. Because if they just make it for Switch 2, you're just pretty much alienating an entire fan base that would buy it.
I mean, this really is kind of it for that whole idea. Like, if those games exist and they're sitting on a shelf, like everyone says they have, like, oh, they're just waiting. They're just waiting to like have it for like a situation like this where they need something to fill in the gaps. Well, this is the time to do it. This is the time to finally announce it. If it's not
Yeah.
here, it's not happening. Period.
Dude, I'm going to a SpongeBob rave today. Tom Kenny's gonna be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm pretty certain of that's gonna be here is Prime 4. That's about
yeah,
it.
definitely.
That's like the only game that they have at least announced.
We'll have a couple new games announced for sure.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be new stuff, obviously. This would be if they didn't have new stuff to show, this would be a partner showcase. But it's not. So they're gonna have something. It's gonna all be ports and stuff, but that'll still be something.
What else is there left to port first party?
There are one actually that I'm surprised. Maybe I don't know. Whatever. Oh, Yoshi's Woolly World. That's one.
Mm.
That's a game that's obviously not like a big deal, but like it's one of the few games left.
Already on the 3DS.
Yes.
They got ported to the 3DS.
Yes, but it's one of the few games that makes sense to port that they haven't ported already. So I don't know. That's something.
Oh.
But I don't know. I just wonder why they didn't do this in February like everyone thought they were going to. Why do it at basically the last second?
Makes the wait for the next direct feel shorter. Actually, yeah, it's less than a week until the Nintendo Switch 2 direct. So it's in 6 days.
Yeah. This is the shortest gap we've ever had between like two major events. I think like ever. Certainly in a really long time, if nothing else. I think the last time maybe, if you want to count this, would maybe be like 2015 when we had the Smash Direct and then we had the digital event and they were like a day or two apart. If you want to count that.
Oh, didn't we get Smash info in both?
No.
Oh.
All the Smash stuff was in that first event and they didn't mention it at all in the digital event.
Okay. Are you talking about Wii U and 3DS or Ultimate?
This is 2015.
No. I didn't hear you say 2015.
Okay, let's see. Any second now.
I got a question. Who is the character? Like, who was your favorite like DLC character reveal throughout Smash 4 and Ultimate?
Oh man, that is that's a bit of a tough question.
Other than Sora, which I didn't care for Sora that much.
Okay, this is a game I totally would expect to be here.
Isn't it already on Switch?
No, so Dragon Quest 3 came out late last year, but there's also supposed to be Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and those aren't out yet.
Yeah.
On anything, so yeah. I forgot to put this in the predictions, but oh well. What's funny is I wasn't. So when I made the predictions video, like I did like the percentage thing, and I had a lot of like 0%ers in there. Like this is not gonna be here, this is not gonna be here, that's not gonna be here. Just completely going in on it.
Typically, like half the time when you say something's not gonna be there, it ends up being there. So, what was another thing you didn't think was gonna be here?
Hold on. Actually, I think I still have.
I'm thinking one of the 0% you gave will be here.
Okay, well I have like 8 or 9 0%. Okay.
Okay.
And this is just actually no, 2 of those things aren't really. I guess one of them is. Okay, so the first thing, this is GameCube NSO. That's zero. That's a given, I feel, especially because even if it was happening, I think everyone just stay tuned for the Switch 2 Direct. They're just telling you straight up. But anyways, yeah, that's that. But anyways,
They
yeah.
lied. They said there'd be no Switch 2 information.
Well, they said no new information.
I know.
Actually, I don't know if they said
Well,
new,
I
but
wonder if,
well,
I wonder if they'll say like, oh, this game's also going to Switch 2, like at the port, like on both.
okay, so I'll go through the list again. So okay, so the next thing, this is kind of related. Smash 64 NSO. It'd be cool to have, but I don't think that's happening. So that's my next one. Another one I know I've seen people talk about.
But now that you said that, now that I kind of want that.
I mean, I feel like that's just not happening. I feel like they've put. I mean, I don't
No,
actually.
I don't think. Well, unfortunately, I'll probably agree with you because I mean, Nintendo releases all like Nintendo doesn't release the games we want on NSO.
Well, I would say more specifically, they do. They just take like forever. That's the main issue: is the slow rollout, which is not going to be a thing next time around. Like we're not starting from scratch again.
Yeah, oh, thank God. Okay, I will say that is one good thing about like NSO versus buying each game individually over again.
So we don't have to start from Mario 1 and Zelda 1 and wait 5 years for everything to be added again.
Because at that point, I'm just gonna go slap it on my computer.
But anyway, so okay, the next thing I have is this is one of those things that I think if it was going to happen, it would have happened, forever
I don't think
ago.
we're gonna get any, other than Prime 4, shit, we may not get any first-party games.
We're gonna get something.
I don't know. They usually
Wait,
open
hold
up
on.
with the first-party
I know
game.
what this is. This is Raito. This is the Raito port. Raito remaster.
I have no idea what that is.
This is an Atlas game. Therefore, this is like kind of notable. I don't know.
Did they say how long this direct is?
I just told you 30 minutes,
Okay, so I was
which is
Really
shorter than they normally are.
really.
Normally they're like 40, 45 minutes.
And the Switch 2 direct is
We don't know how long that one is yet.
okay.
I just assume minimum 45 minutes for that. Like, it's going to be at least as long as a regular one. That's my guess, anyway.
That's like basically our E3.
Pretty much. At least on paper. Anyway, so the next thing is, I have is a Galaxy 2. Whether it's standalone or as the 3D All-Stars DLC, that's not happening. It'd be cool. It should have happened. But I don't, again, I think at this point,
Think that's possible. I don't think it's impossible.
okay. Next thing up,
Or maybe they can save it for the 30th anniversary.
actually, that's good. Actually, yeah. Now that you've said that, if it was a thing still, they would 100% be saving that for when they do the anniversary announcements.
When do they do that? September, you said? Because they didn't do anything for Mario or for March 10th.
Well, I mean, they didn't announce anything on March 10th, but they did do stuff on March 10th. But anyway,
When did they announce the 3D All Stars?
that was in the Mario anniversary direct in September.
Okay.
That was like the big announcement. I mean, they also announced 3D World Bowser's Fury, I think, was also in that as well. But like 3D All Stars was like the thing everyone was like, man, with the rumored collection, all that. So I don't know. So yeah, if there is a Galaxy 2 anything, that will 100% be saved for later this year.
I will say I do like how Bowser's Fury. It's like fully open world. There's like no hub. You just like it's just open. Like you just travel to all the worlds. I think that's how they're gonna do the next 3D Mario.
I mean, I know that's what people have talked about, but
Yeah.
I mean, that would probably be the next logical step, I suppose. But I also
There's
don't.
nowhere else for them to go. But I mean, unless they really want to add detail to their world, then they can have a hub again.
Oh yeah, I
I
guess
think
we,
that's the whole reason why they made that game is to experiment with it. It's like okay, let's see like how this will work. No, but it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. Obviously, it definitely is an add-on, but it's a good add-on.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, so next up is so next thing up I have.
Party games. Maybe
What?
they are saving Prime 4 for next week.
What? We're
They
gonna
might
get.
be saving Prime.
There's 30 minutes. We're gonna get something. There's gonna be at least one announcement. At least one. But anyway, so next thing on my 0% is Uprising. That's
I don't think it's impossible either. Like I don't think a lot of the 0% are impossible. Like
well, I
think
feel like if they may not be literally 0%, but they're low enough that that's where I'm gonna put them. At least in my mind. I mean, realistically, you could probably put that in 25.
yeah.
You probably could. I don't know. I just put it there because, like, my thinking is just I just don't think it'll be here. Less so than like
Well,
it will never ever happen.
Because whenever you say like something isn't going to be there, at least one of them always is at least one of them is always there. Because I remember like since the Nintendo Direct all the way back in 2018, you were like, no, there's not going to be any Smash here. They're saving it for E3, and there was Smash. So after that, like since that 2018 Direct, like nothing is impossible for me.
Okay, so next up, I have Tomodachi Life. Anything Tomodachi Life, the 3DS game, a new game, anything.
That could definitely be here. Actually, that's like a perfect side game for Switch. I think we could see that if we're gonna get anything. I think that's definitely like one of the things we would see.
Okay, this next one is something odd.
Okay,
Okay,
what else are they gonna show if they don't like if they are gonna show something first party?
well, again, the only thing I'm really expecting is just ports and stuff, or more of that. Like
That is a port.
well, I did say port / new game, well, whatever. I get your point.
Yeah.
But so the next thing on the list is something that I personally kind of want, but I don't think is probably. It is definitely not happening anytime soon, even though I think, ironically, there's now kind of a purpose for it. And that would be Splatoon 1. Why do I now feel like that makes sense? Because the online's dead. Officially, at least. You know.
I don't know about that. Don't they already have the Splatoon 1 Plaza and 3?
Yes. Like to be again, this is in 0% for a reason.
I thought you said like, it's something like we could see. My
No,
bad.
that's something I want, but it's something that they're not going to do because there's no point in them doing it for a variety of reasons. Here's Prime 4. Here's Prime 4. Okay, so they're not saving it for the end at least, so that makes what they're going to have at the end kind of more suspect. That means they got to have something at the end.
It's looking really good for a Switch 1 game.
Oh yeah, I mean, Prime Remastered looked really good. I mean, of course it's gonna look. I mean, this is definitely going to be, one of the games that people, years from now are going to be like, this was one of the best ones, and it helps that, it's kind of a late generation game, literally late generation game here. But I'm sure, you take this, you blow it up to 4K, it would probably look pretty solid.
October release for Prime 4.
That's what you're predicting?
Yep. Either October or they're just not gonna give us a release date.
They have to give us a release date. They have to.
They didn't give us one for Legends DA.
Okay, but that game is at least coming out in late 2025. This game is supposed to come out sooner than that.
She's not alone though. Abhorrence.
At least on paper.
Living in the jungle are waiting to strike.
But again, the whole conundrum of when this game comes out is tied to, is this game getting a Switch 2 version or not? Because if it is, then
No, it's not. Because Switch is backwards compatibility.
I don't think it is either. But my point is, if it was, then the whole, it's good. They want to do what they did with Breath of the Wild, where it's the launches on the day one, but they have the both versions thing. So then obviously, if the Switch 2 comes out in June, then Prime Force coming out in June on both consoles.
I'm just wondering if they would say it in this direct, even though they said no new info. I'm wondering if they'll say, "Oh, it's also coming out on Switch too." Just like move along.
I mean, we'll find out. My guess is they will not say anything, and we'll have to wait 6 days to find out otherwise. Because why tell us it's going to be on the Switch 2 now when they can tell us in 6 days and they can be all...
You know what they should do? Sorry to interrupt you. They should do Prime 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. That's not... That
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, that is something that, yeah. That's not in the 0%, just to be clear. Obviously, that's maybe zero.
Like another after this direct it's available type thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I and probably everyone else has been thinking.
Oh,
Really?
No
Really?
release date.
Wow.
Yeah, that's lame.
Or
maybe it is.
Or wait, is it a fake out? Are they faking us out?
Well, they would have shown a release date.
Well, no, just because I swear that they might have been doing
another Dark Samus.
Red Samus.
Oh, wait, no, that's not Dark Samus. It's just Red Samus.
Okay, so wait. Maybe they're not telling us the release date because they're gonna tell us in 6 days when they show it again.
Oh yeah, maybe.
That could be because again, if this is a launch game, then that's why they're not telling us. Because if they tell us now, then they're just telling us when the Switch 2 comes out.
That's true.
So there might still be. So that might mean something.
I'm gonna get some water real quick. I'm thirsty. Let me know if I miss anything.
Okay.
Potion Cafe. As the newest potionista of the Cursed Cafe, you'll craft concoctions for Disney villains.
Oh yeah, sorry for kind of ignoring you, Ethan. Ethan. Sorry, not Ethan, Antonio. I'm talking to Ethan. What are your thoughts on the Doomsday cast? See, I did see that video, and I did like the way it was set up. How, they had all of the chairs, and of course they had good old RDJ at the end. So yeah, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, that's obviously, a big deal. Obviously, there were some names in there that were missing, like Tom Holland obviously isn't in there, Ryan Reynolds isn't in there, but, obviously there's probably going to be more stuff down the line. But, it's certainly drumming up some interest in a movie that needs all the interest it can get. I mean, overall, I don't have really much to say about it, honestly. But, I mean... Yeah. I mean, it's cool that we're going to get Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, the OGs. So that'll be cool. But I don't really have anything else to say aside from that.
There's also plenty to do outside of class. Hang out with friends at their homes. Take on various jobs to help pay for tuition. Or use the cells you've learned to craft and sell
I would continue on my 0% thing. I'm gonna wait until he gets back before I do that. So yeah, we got Rido. That's cool that we got Rido. People have been wanting that for a while. So I'd say that's probably the most notable announcement we've gotten so far, at least for me, is Rido. Not that I'm like a Rido fan, never played them before, but I know that Rido's an Atlas game. It's Megami Tensei, and I know people have wanted it for a while, so. It's cool that Rido's getting coming back for a remaster at the very least.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, so the next thing I have on my list is something that will not be here because it will probably be on April 2nd, and that is Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor ReFantazio, because those are 100% going to be on the Switch too.
Do you think we could get... I know we just got... Echoes. God, I still wish that game was called The Missing Link. That is such a missed opportunity. God damn. What was I gonna say?
You're talking about something about how we just got Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh yeah, do you think we can get a new 2D Zelda?
Already? I mean, like unless it's like a,
remake.
I mean, like a even a remake. I don't know. I mean, but what would they even remake? Like a Link to the Past?
No, the Oracle games.
Oh, I'm gonna say too soon on that because it would be Grezzo making it,
fair.
and it would be in the same art style as the other two, I assume, and they just put out one, so no.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe next year.
see, unless someone else is making it, that's a big fat no.
Do you think we're gonna get a 3D Zelda at the Direct tomorrow? Or not tomorrow, next week?
Define get 3D Zelda. What does that mean? Does that mean we actually see something, or are we talking Aonuma on white background? Those are
Anything.
anything. I'm gonna. I mean, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Not
I
like
think we'll get Aonuma at the white screen.
like that. Okay, like okay. We are not going to see anything. As in, we're not going to see one scrap of any actual footage or concept art. Anything of worth, essentially. But, yeah, Aonuma on white background. For some reason, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like, okay, well, if they don't do it now, when will they do it? In June? In September? Because it's going to happen eventually, so I don't know. And it's obviously, it wouldn't take much time. You'd be on screen for, like, 30 seconds. Unless he wants to explain something new that they're going to be doing without actually showing us it. And I'm still going to, like, lean towards no, generally speaking, on that. Okay, never mind. You were right.
Yeah, told you.
Okay, I'm so used to Pokemon not being in these regular directs. I'm so used to them not being in here anymore. Now we actually
not reveal anything new.
I feel like they have to show something. You know? Even,
I love how the fucking trainer's using a phone to fly.
phone to fly. I didn't really notice that.
Oh, the Pan Stage back.
A company named Quasartico Inc. is carrying out an urban redevelopment plan. Here, we'll get a glimpse into the lives of the Pokemon and people of Lumio City.
So now they have covered the 2 Switch games that we know exist. They have now done both of those in this one presentation.
Even within the city. You can catch Pokemon here.
I will say it is a little weird that we haven't gotten like one port yet.
But they might be hostile. If you sense trouble, get to safety.
Hey, where'd you get this legendary? 2 blocks down.
That live outside wild zones too. Some of them can even be found on rooftops. People and Pokemon.
Felix is so small. Oh my god.
But when night falls, the city's aura transforms. Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in the tournament. The ZA Royale.
Oh yeah, that.
Alright,
Oh, that's
let's
the.
see a new mega.
I was gonna say that. This is the. What I was gonna say.
If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle. Strike first before being
I'm trying to like recognize if like that music is like a remix or not.
It's a remix. It's a remix.
I can't tell.
It's X and Y's battle theme.
Okay, I was gonna say like which one is it?
some Pokemon can power up even more.
Alright, let's see what the new megas we get. If we get any today.
Start at rank Z and work your way up to rank A.
Oh,
Start
maybe
it
we
right.
aren't getting any new megas this game.
Reach the top. Are said to have a wish granted. Day and night are 2 sides to Lumio City.
Yeah, shit. Maybe they're not gonna have any new megas.
Be uncovered. What will you find on your adventure?
Wow.
Pokemon Legends.
No new megas.
launches on Nintendo Switch later this
Still late 2025. Not that I really expected that to change in a month.
Well, what was the point of showing anything? We didn't get anything new.
Well, they did show off that new mode or whatever that I think they technically teased last time because I recognized the symbol for it.
Please take a look at this.
Okay, wait, hold on. This might be something.
Nope.
Hello there.
For some reason, I wanted to say that looked familiar.
To see.
What's the name of the franchise I'm thinking of?
But what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games.
Is this Rhythm Heaven? Because that's what I'm thinking. Is that what this is? I think this is Rhythm Heaven, which hasn't had a new game in like forever. I want to say the last, or at least the last game that came out was maybe like 2017 on the 3DS.
Super tricky.
I don't know if it was a new game or if it was like a compilation type thing, or not a compilation, but like a Mario Party the top 100 type deal. I'm not really sure, but I swear that's what this is. So I can officially cross off. So one of the things I had on that 0% was, you know, we're not going to see Pokemon. So I got that wrong at least.
Well, I mean, you're kind of right because we didn't get anything new.
But they showed it. And by showed it, I don't mean like in a little montage. They actually like talked about it. So that still counts as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this is totally Rhythm Heaven, 100%.
with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to say 2016, 2017.
Oh, it's a Rhythm Heaven game. Nice.
That
Oh,
release
yeah.
date is certainly weird.
Heaven Groove.
2026 for a Rhythm Heaven game.
Makes me wonder if maybe it
Lots of music.
It's
hasn't
such-
been
it's
in.
a P- It's PNGs. Like you're animating PNGs.
Maybe it didn't enter development until like last year or something.
You're looking forward to it.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know, because that's the only reason I can think of for why it would be like that.
We have news about the use of digital games on your system.
Are they just gonna mention the gold coins thing that we already know about? Because they mentioned digital game, something about digital games.
You can put a game featuring
Yeah.
this Nintendo
Backwards
system
compatibility, we already
and
know.
Legend of Zelda game in this one. Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want. But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards?
Game share.
Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the virtual game card.
What?
In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Oh no.
What the heck is this even supposed to be? Like, I don't like. How does that make any sense?
When purchasing the digital version of a game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title. Your digital games will be locked
Oh, okay. So maybe the idea is that
dedicated management.
you don't, because like if you try and launch a digital game that you don't own but someone else on your system owns, it like
Which games you can
like maybe now you don't have to do like the verification thing to play it because it's treated as like a I don't know. I'm just kind of
Let's
struggling.
hear this.
I'm just trying to figure out what the heck the point of this is and what does this even accomplish.
Yeah, I don't know.
play this game on the second system.
Well, Me's there, so Me's are still alive.
Oh yeah.
Me's are still kicking it.
Also, they're
Need to
adding.
die.
Also, can we mention how they are adding a new feature to the Switch 8 years after the damn thing launched? Because there was a new icon at the bottom of the main menu, which is really weird. But
Yeah, this is Nintendo. It's like simple features don't come until later.
Nintendo account, family group members.
Okay, well that's cool.
Connect to your family
I'm on
group
your family
members
plan,
via
so
wireless when you want to lend a game. Choose the title you're lending and who you're lending it to.
Game share is official.
Okay, oh, so is that basically what this is, essentially?
They can
Pretty
program
much.
their own system.
Okay, well that is cool. That is cool. Weird timing, but hey, I'll take it, I guess.
After which they will automatically return to you, making digital games even easier to use.
And obviously, this is going to be on the Switch too. Obviously.
The virtual game card feature lets you swap games between Nintendo Switch systems.
Yeah, well, you're probably not getting anything new because it's already
Unless they got one more thing.
727.
Planned to be added via a system update in late April.
That's surprising. Not a single port.
Nintendo Switch games.
Okay, hold on. Now, are we going to get the montage and then the one last thing?
Yeah.
I mean, surely there's a one last thing of some kind. But you want to know what's interesting, though, is the fact that we haven't seen anything new up until this point. Maybe that's... Because obviously there's the whole, like, you know, how... Like, is Nintendo going to, like, keep the Switch One alive? Are they going to actually support it?
Yes. They did the 30S. There's no way they're not going to do the Switch.
But then, why haven't we seen anything yet? Well, okay, well, actually, hold on. Let me take that back. We got Rhythm Heaven. That was one. That's one. That's one. Although that's for, like, next year. But still, that's a game. That's one. Okay,
I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking since it's like it'll be way easier to port games from like Switch to Switch 2. It's like it's a much similar development compared to like 3DS to Switch. So if like a game doesn't need all the power that the Switch 2 has, they'll probably just say fuck it, give it to the Switch 1 as well.
Venturing on to Nintendo Switch. Meet Gustav, the Royal Heir, and Will the Explorer. Two heroes whose fates and legacies will intertwine across generations in this epic arc.
okay, now I'm confused. I thought they were doing a montage, and now we're not in a montage anymore.
Experience the original story, along with brand new events that expand the vibrant world of Sondale.
Yeah, that virtual card thing, I don't think anyone had that on their bingo card. Because that really was a random feature, but...
Through the parameter inheritance system.
But it is funny, though. We got that before we got actual themes.
Might against even more powerful
But at this point, that ship has long since sailed.
you uncovered through the ages.
And honestly, you can just add it with homebrew anyway, so I've kind of stopped caring about that a long time ago.
Later today.
I mean, you don't get fancy sound effects or icons, but at least you get a different background. So, like, wait, so they're not done yet?
Across this series of beautiful
But we're at the 30-minute mark.
wander through
No, they're probably just not gonna have one last thing.
landscapes to
But we haven't gotten, like, but normally they have a montage. And they're not doing a montage? They're just continuing on like the direct is supposed to be longer.
in her quest for forgiveness while outsmarting
So, I don't know, it's like weird.
people. A different journey awaits in Monument Valley 2.
I mean, I'm not complaining that it's longer, but it's just weird.
As she and her child
Not normally how it works.
sacred geometry. Both games contain all their additional chapters, add-ons, and DLC. The first two Monument Valley games launch on
Yeah, it's just they're just continuing like nothing's happened.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. And help Noor on her journey to restore the world's life.
They're gonna have
3.
what is it?
Setting sail.
Takahashi? They're gonna have Takahashi show up, and then you'll say, you know, what do you think? And then here's the one last thing, and then we'll see how that goes. Wait, is this everything golf?
In the Everybody's Golf series is
This is a
Everybody's golf.
yeah. I was like, I reckon I'm like,
They're not done.
now this is actually a little interesting because this is a Sony franchise.
Take your shot.
And it's been around for like a long time.
Side spins. And other special shots.
At least I think it's a Sony franchise still, unless they sold it. I don't know.
Compete in tournaments and face off against
Well, we got Horizon Zero Dawn Lego Edition on Switch.
Yeah.
And that's just because regular Horizon Dawn can't run on Switch.
No. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's mainly just because
yeah.
I think it's just because it was a Lego, and Lego games do well on the Switch.
So just relax.
I forget. I don't think it has. This is not a like not FF7, FF15 Pocket Edition type deal. It's not that at all. At least I don't think it is. Okay, something Marvel.
Unite some of Marvel's greatest superheroes.
Like a retro re-release of some kind.
2 heroes from the roster of 15, including the likes of the
Oh, it's a new 2D thing.
Wolverine to take on the challenge.
Look-
Yeah, it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I was gonna say. In fact, I think
Marvel.
this is the same developer too that did Shredder's Revenge.
And swap between your team of 2 at any time.
Definitely looks like it.
Take advantage of your team's strengths to overwhelm your foes. Plus, up to 4
I don't know if this is new. I want to say it is because I don't think I've seen it at all in any other presentation.
The battle for the fate of the Marvel universe begins when
Again, they're still going.
launches the Nintendo Switch.
So that 30-minute thing was a bunch of nonsense.
That was Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Okay, now we're gonna get the transition into whatever.
I don't think we are gonna get a 1-0 thing. Or yeah, we are. We are. Let's see it.
Okay, here it is. Whatever it is.
Oh, it is.
Wait.
Tomodachi Life. See, I told you it would be here.
For a second, I would have said Animal Crossing, and then, but not that that would have made any sense. But okay, never mind. I guess you're right.
Needs live on.
Okay, so I officially got what? So that whole thing of I said this won't be here. Okay, so I guess
Like
that
always, this always happens every single time.
okay then. Now,
Jesus Christ, the
Is it-
frame rate's terrible.
yeah, I can definitely see. I wonder why the frame rate's like that because Animal Crossing doesn't have that issue. That's a similar type of game.
It's gotta be like a January release.
So I guess that also further confirms that Mii's are not going away. Not that I thought they were. But that's something.
That was Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. The first new entry in the series in over 10 years. In the trailer,
Yeah.
we
That,
saw
I was gonna say, I'm like thinking in my head, is that actually true? Yeah.
what kinds of interactions.
I think it came out in
10 years? Oh, wait.
well, it came out in the West in 2014, but I think it came out in Japan in 2012.
Thank you for
It came out in 2013, I think.
so far.
Well, either way.
Our final announcement.
Oh!
Wait, what? They're doing another thing?
Game. Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce.
Oh, okay.
Miyamoto!
Okay. Wait.
3D Mario.
Wait, watch this be like the Zelda movie or something. Don't get your hopes up.
No, it's the Nintendo Switch.
To you. And now, these presentations have grown into an event that many people watch.
Oh, okay, it's not a game.
Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast.
So it's not a game.
But we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today,
Okay.
which functions.
Oh, so it's nothing.
In the app, you can view different Nintendo events. We will also be delivering all sorts of content about Nintendo games and characters every day.
So this is kind of like a, I mean, it's not quite the same thing, but it's kind of like how we had the Nintendo channel back in the day.
News about Nintendo Switch 2
They needed Miyamoto for this.
and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well. Nintendo Today will be available to download on smart devices later today. Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out. That's all I have to share. I hope
That
you enjoy
was
using Nintendo Today.
Odd.
Yeah, why did they save this for last?
Wouldn't it make
And have
sense to flip it the
Miyamoto.
other way around?
All for today's Nintendo Direct. you for watching.
Alright, yeah, that was the last thing. Alright. I'm going back to bed.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then, so I guess that was that. So, I will admit, we got less. We got stuff, but no ports. No ports. That's very, very strange. We didn't get any ports. That feels very, very weird. So we got another look at a ZA. I mean, we did see ZA. We got another look at Prime 4 but still 2025. But that might be because they're waiting for April 2nd. So we'll see how that goes. We saw that new mode for ZA. Like Ethan said, no new megas. Although I don't really know too much about that personally, but I don't know. I want to say I saw a rumor that said there might not be any new ones. I'm not entirely sure. And then we had Rhythm Heaven, which hasn't had a new game in a long time, and then we got Tomodachi Life, which hasn't had a new game in a long time. So those really are the kind of games that I guess you would expect to see at an event like this. But I'm just surprised that we got no ports. No ports. I mean, Wind Waker, I've already talked about, Wind Waker. That's so not happening at this point. But, like, nothing? Like, no ports. No more remakes. No nothing. Feels weird. Also, it's really weird to see 2026 on a Switch game. That feels very strange. That feels so weird to see. Oh yeah, Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life 2026. I mean, it'll probably be the first half of 2026, but still, it's like so weird. So the Switch is going, so it's officially going to be still getting games for at least probably another year or so. Now again, I don't think there's going to be any major games. Obviously, again, new 3D Mario, new 3D Zelda, all that stuff. Smash. That's all going to be Switch 2, but smaller games, which Tomodachi Life is a smaller game. Rhythm Heaven is, by definition, a smaller game. So, yeah, I mean, that definitely was structured a little weird at the end there. I mean, okay, we're getting a news app. I mean, that on its own is fine, but, like, it is kind of weird that, one, that was the thing they ended on, and two, they brought Miyamoto in for that. I will say that was kind of weird. Like, you think they would bring him in for, like, the Zelda movie or something like that, something that makes sense for him to come in for. But no, they brought him in for a news app. I mean, okay, but it's just weird. Like, what they should have done is they should have had that news app be the second to last thing, then they should have had Tomodachi Life be the last thing. But whatever. At the end of the day, I mean, we got new stuff, but this is not where it's really at, obviously. This is just a filler direct, right? The real direct is going to be coming in just under a week. On April 2nd is when the real good stuff is going to show up. So, for a direct that we all thought wasn't going to happen in the first place, I mean, we got 2 new games from long dormant franchises that people want new installments in. So I would say this is overall a win, but obviously if you wanted Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, then obviously you're going to be disappointed. Also no Prime 2 or 3, but oh well. So yeah, I guess that's going to be it for me. It is 7:40 a.m. and I would like to also get to bed because, like I said earlier, I stayed up all night for this. So yeah, so I really don't have much else to say. I mean, obviously there was no like really big games because, again, the Switch 2 Direct. But I mean, we got 2 new first-party games in franchises people wanted new games in, so on paper at least, that's a win. And hey, if you're disappointed, just wait a few more days and you'll get the good stuff at the Switch 2 event. That's how I look at it. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And yeah, thank you, Antonio, for being here. Thank you, Ethan, for joining in on the chat. And yeah, with that being said, this is Logan59XP. And I'll see you guys next time.